Hi, everybody. This is Hondo Carpenter, your Las Vegas Raiders beat writer on SI and the host of the Las Vegas Raiders Insider podcast. Now, I'm going to be talking today about what I'm looking for from OTA practices this week. I'm looking for a lot of different stuff, and I follow with me here because I think you're going to be intrigued by some of it. Now, remember, there's no physicality. They're not wearing shoulder pads. They're not hitting each other. They're staying off the ground. So people will say, well, isn't it just really a glorified underwear Olympics? And I can see why that argument is made, but that's not what it is. So I'm going to be looking for some execution issues. And here's what I mean. Let's start with running back. Zamir White and Sincere McCormick. Sincere looked really good last year till injury took him down. But prior to last year, he had been extremely insignificant. So he burst a little bit, got injured. Zamir has looked good throughout college. He looked good early as a Raider, but there was Josh Jacobs. And then you may even remember when Josh was injured, he shined. And then that last part of 23, he was the best running back in all the National Football League. So I'm going to watch execution. Now, we all know the game of football is played in shoulder pads and all that with hitting. So there's a lot of people that get super hyped in the preseason over things that doesn't matter. Well, how the offense, like, ooh, offense looked really good. Okay, but there was no pass rush. Or if there's a pass rush, you got to get close enough to tap them. So he's not really moving because he's afraid he's going to get his face knocked off his head. So that kind of stuff to me, I don't pay as much attention to. I look for execution. I want to watch execution. So I'm going to be watching Zamir. I want to look at that footwork. We know what he can do. He's done it in the NFL, did it at a high level in college. I'm watching that battle with him and Sincere. I think it's going to be a good battle. I'm watching it super close. And the interior guard, I mean, I've already told you, Colton's your guy at left. The battle at the left-hand side is going to be with Dylan, and it's going to be with Jordan Meredith. JPJ is your center. Kappa's your your right guard, and DJ Glaze is your right tackle. So I'm going to watch the battle. Meredith, Dylan. That is a great problem to have. But again, they're not really blocking. So I'm going to look at execution. Where are they improving? I'm going to watch Joe Philbin. I'm going to watch Joe work with them. Both of these guys are high quality men, hard workers, but those are some things I'm going to be literally focusing on. I'm going to be watching Thayer Mumford. Is he back? Is he 100%? Obviously, I think he is, but I'm going to be watching execution from Thayer because right now he's the swing guy. That's his role. And I'm watching him real close. Obviously, I think that is a super big deal. Then I'm going to be really watching what's going on with wide receiver. We know that the Raiders got a couple of rooks that are going to be sharp. We know that they've already got a Jacoby Myers and a Trey Tucker that are going to be sharp. We know what the Raiders have. Now I want to watch who's coming in at that sixth wide receiver. I'm going to be watching for drop balls because, you're dropping balls this time of year and you're a wideout when there isn't the great physicality. Now, you have to watch, is it a bad thrown ball? That goes back to Cam Miller and Aiden O'Connell. So, you watch a ball get thrown in 7-on-7s, that tells you a lot. You can watch a lot about quarterbacks with accuracy, but then you also can watch wide receivers dropping balls. I shared with you guys last year that Devontae in training camp dropped a ton of balls. Ton. Didn't look good at all. And then skips out on training camp when his wife had the baby, and there's nothing wrong with leaving to go be with family. I'm not saying that, but he was gone an awful long time. And anyways, my point to you is I'm going to be watching that wide receiver group for that 5th and 6th ball. I want to watch that. That's going to be real big. And then that's going to tell us a lot about the quarterback position. I want to watch that fight for the 3rd tight end spot. See, a lot of people, if they were fans and you were going, you'd be watching Max Crosby, Geno Smith, Ashton Genty, and you should. You should. But my job is to come back and tell you how are other people doing, and then it allows me to have information to go talk to people. So I'm going to watch the non-obvious stuff, not the low-hanging fruit. Flip it over now, and I want to watch Tyree Wilson. I want to watch his movement along the defensive line. Is it just at DE? Is he getting some reps at DT? Now, that's not really going to matter till we get to training camp where he offers some position flexibility. But I'm still going to watch that. I'm going to watch Tonka Hemingway, Tank, JJ Pegues. I'm going to watch these young bucks. I'm going to watch them close. I want to see that movement. I'm anxious to watch with my own eyes, not on film, the movement of Pegues. Laki Tassi, the rugby player. Man, I can't wait to I love watching this kid. I want to watch him some more with my naked eyes. Just watch him. And I'll be watching super close. I want to watch a Charles Snowden, the movement. How has he gotten better this offseason? He's a guy fighting for that DE spot, and I want to see him make a statement early. It's my spot. I'm watching that super, super close. But the two safeties, I think the Raiders are set with IPM and Chin. I want to watch some of those young guys. I want to watch Chin's leadership. What kind of leadership is Chin going to be offering? That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And I want to watch IPM grow up. See him start offering some advice. But the two weakest spots in this team is linebacker and corner. I want to watch DCAM. Had a good rookie season. Wasn't great, but I think it was a good rookie season. I want to watch how has he gotten better this offseason? Has he invested in his craft? I'm watching him. Super close. Eric Stokes. Is he back to being the Stokes of old? Or is he struggling? I want to watch that. There's some corner spots up here now. Sam Webb. Mello Dotson. I'm looking there. I'm going to have my eyes there. I'm going to be watching that stuff. Okay, there's no contact, but are they getting their hands on the ball? Are they deflecting balls? Are they doing those little things? Someone asked me yesterday or the other day at the airport, what is the most physical thing in these OTAs where you can't really be physical? A lot of it's the wide receivers in the corners. I mean, I want to see a Eric Stokes against a Jack Bash. I want to watch a Sam Webb against Jacoby. I want to see it. I want to see Darian Porter now. Y'all know I'm big on that young man. I'm big on him. I'm driving that train, man. I'm on the Darian Porter. I love that kid and I love his game. But he played a ton of coverages, zone coverages in college because that's what Iowa State plays. He's got all the skill to play press, but he's going to be learning it. I'm going to watch him close. Technique, 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 technique. Then flip it over to the linebacker. Amari Gainer. Stronger, faster, trying to emerge. He's like a little chick, man, ready to break out of the egg and say, I'm here. Y'all know I've given you comparisons on Amari Gainer now. Amari Gainer, that is the real deal. That young man has a lot of God-given talent. he now has to put it into on the field. He's got to show it on the tape now. Darnay Holmes, Jalen. I mean, Jalen used to be great. Is he back? Darnay Holmes. What's he doing? What's going on with him? A lot of promise there, but how many know? Close only counts and horseshoes, hand grenades. You gotta be close. Are you making that move? You're a vet on a team with a lot of promising rookies. I'm gonna watch the other Jalen out of Indiana, a guy who was a stud. It's a corner. I know I'm flipping between corner and linebacker, but I'm gonna watch him a little bit. That's a young man that could do a lot. I like him. How about Cody Lindenberg, the backer out of Minnesota? Raiders stole him. Jiminy Christmas, they stole him. I want to watch him a little bit. See, I'm gonna be watching the non-stars because I want to see that. I want to watch that movement. I want to watch that technique. I want to watch the adjustment. I want to watch coaches coach them. I'm going to be learning a lot about this staff. I'm going to watch them coach. Watch that. I'm going to talk to a bunch of the coaches. You know me. I'm going to spend a lot of time with Robbie Leonard. I'm going to spend a lot of time with, Joe Philbin. I like both those guys a lot. Two elite guys. Joe Philbin is, if he's not the best offensive line coach in the NFL, he's 1B, and he ain't 2. You know, him and Jeff Stoutland are kind of battling that role. The Philadelphia offensive line coach is really good. Then you go over and you look at Robbie Leonard. He is the best defensive line coach, in my opinion. But he may have one or two guys. You know, with both of those guys, there's 3 or 4 guys that are in a clump as the best offensive line coach, best defensive line coach. They're an elite group. And I love talking to those guys. I love talking ball with those guys and just getting their input. I'm looking forward to talking to Pete Carroll specifically. I got a couple things I want to ask him about. I'm going to talk to Geno Smith this week as well. I'm going to ask him to kind of give me some thoughts. You know, we know about Jacoby. I don't even need to talk to him about Jacoby. Jacoby's Jacoby. I mean, y'all remember when Kobe Bryant played basketball, and every kid, my son loved Kobe. And every time he'd get a piece of trash, he'd shoot it in the trash. He'd go, Kobe. And Jacoby's got a fitting name. He doesn't drop a ball. He's Kobe. So I don't need to talk to him about Jacoby. I don't even want to talk to him. Just tell me nothing. Don't care. What I want to know is, tell me about that battle at 5 and 6, Geno. Who's standing out to you at the end? Those guys battling for the 53. That's what I want to talk about with him. So that's what I'm looking for at OTAs. I hope that helps. You can stay tuned for all of our analysis, all of our thought process, tons of interviews, tons of them, not a couple, tons. We'll be bringing it all to you. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for listening. That's what I'm looking for from OTAs this week.